Hey designers, let's dive into creating a cool motion background in After Effects in no time. Begin by creating a new solid. Head over to Effects and Presets and type in Turbulent Noise. Apply it to the solid. Once it's applied, change the fractal type from Basic to Smeary. Now, under Transform, increase the scale to around 450. Lower the complexity to 1 for a smoother look. Next, hold down Alt and click the Evolution stopwatch. This will open up the space to add an expression. Type in time 20 to create a flowing, dynamic movement. Go back to Effects and Presets, search for Posterize, and apply it to the layer. Adjust the Posterize levels to 8 to give it a stylized blocky feel. To soften those sharp edges, search for Gaussian Blur in Effects and Presets. Apply it to the layer, and increase the blur amount until you're happy with the result. Once that's done, create another solid layer. Go back to Effects and Presets, search for 4-color gradient, and apply it to this new solid. We will apply the matte here. Click on the pick whip next to Track Matte and drop it onto the layer below. Click here again to make it Luma. Finally, it's time to play with the colors. You can change the colors in the 4-color gradient to match your design vision. After adding your colors to the gradient, you'll want to add some depth to your design. Right-click on the solid layer, go to Layer Style, and choose Bevel and Emboss. Now open up the Bevel and Emboss options. Increase both the size and softness sliders until you achieve a smooth, embossed look. For a nice effect, change both the highlight and shadow colors to white. Once that's done, duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl D on your keyboard. For the duplicated layer, click on the small icon next to the layer's track matte to invert the matte. Now, let's repeat the process. Duplicate this layer again by pressing Ctrl D. Finally, for the last touch, change the blending mode of the layer with the 4-color gradient applied to screen. Now go ahead and preview the animation to see how it looks. It should give you a vibrant and smooth motion background with depth and dynamic lighting. You can always change the gradient colors here if you want to experiment with different looks. And now, once you're satisfied with the colors, we'll move on to creating some bubbles. Start by going to Layer and creating a new solid. Then, navigate to Effects and Presets and search for CC Particle World. For now, let's make this layer solo so we can focus on it. In the Particle section, change the particle type to Bubble. Set the birth color to white and the death color to light blue. Next, head to the producer settings and increase the radius X and radius Y. You can also increase the radius Z a little for depth. Now, go to the Physics section and set the velocity and gravity to 0. Let's preview what this looks like now. Next, we need to adjust the birth size and death size. Decrease the max opacity for a softer effect, then decrease the birth size as well. Let's increase the longevity to about 3 seconds. After that, unsolo this layer so it's visible in the background with the rest of your animation. Let's preview it again. We can make a few more adjustments. Let's adjust the birth size and death size and decrease the max opacity a bit more. Okay, let's preview it. We can decrease the birth size a bit more. Let's preview the background animation, which is done. If you found this video helpful, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to Ace Designs.